So for me, I don't feel like I ever went through any extreme depression or anxiety, but I definitely had a lot of pressure for my life to turn out a certain way. I feel like you're born, your parents tell you, this is your name, this is what you have to do, this is how life works. So it's almost like you don't get to choose, you're just being told how you're supposed to be, and internally you're probably thinking, what if that's not what I am or what I want to be? And so I started feeling an internal struggle that there's something missing. This cannot be what life really is. Like,
supposed to live
it cannot be. Ooh, sorry guys, it's very windy.
Very, very windy. And I love it.
Yes. I hope you can hear us. You can hear us. It cannot be that I exist just to do what somebody else wants me to do. Or just to do what somebody else says life is, and that's how life should be. That cannot be. Like, what's the point? If we're all following the same blueprint, where are the differences? What makes it fun? What makes, oh wow, that's possible, I can do it that way, let me try that way. Like, I didn't like that in our culture. There is this blueprint and there's pressure to follow the blueprint, right? So, and I would say things out loud and I would be told, shh, not to say that, not to do that, not to, like, you have to be part of the perfection, as you were saying. Like, you have to be a certain way, and if you don't fall into that certain way, you're not good enough, you're not successful, you're not doing the right thing, you're not. And y'all, the same five careers, that's the only 5 careers you successful. That doesn't make sense, Rochelle. Like, why would God create billions of people, but then, oh no, if you're not a lawyer, doctor, this and that and that, then you're not successful? Or if you want to be an artist, like, the parents who feel like doing art is not a real career, or it's not a real, like, those things exist and they're real. I don't know why we have this narrative and we're pressuring people to do things they hate and to be miserable because this is the blueprint. Exactly. I feel like people need to think for themselves a bit more. So but in my case, I always felt like I didn't know where I fit in. This person wanted to be this person wanted to be that, this person, oh, this is the career, this is the career. I don't want to do none of that stuff. Maybe I just want people to feel better about themselves. Maybe I just want, and another thing I noticed throughout my life, I was always the one kind of anti-bullying, like protecting people. So I wouldn't say I was particularly bullied myself, but even into a young adult, from school into a young adult, I had many encounters seeing somebody else being bullied and me being the person strong enough to come and say, stop it. And I would always I would always be small. Strong one. No, I would always be smaller, the smallest one there. The shortest one, but I come in, stop it, what you doing? No, pick on somebody your own size and look at me like that.
Exactly.
So it's like I always had it in me to care for people and to protect others and stuff like that. And I think it just started from my background, the way I was raised, and like you, my mother is very shy, and I have the opposite. So I feel like because she was on the shyer side, if I saw her being hurt or I would feel compelled, like I have to do something about it, or I need to, and that just went with me throughout my entire life, where that's as if it feels like a role. And I'm saying to myself, if this is something that I've always been doing and it comes naturally to me, maybe that's what I'm meant to be doing. Not forcing myself to fit into a career that other people saying I should, and those same people telling me I should more miserable than me. It's just where it doesn't make sense. I think people need to be a little more open-minded to different ways of living, and not one, like there's no one thing that's successful. You could be successful in a million different ways.
And I believe like we all have our purpose, we all have our calling, and it's a process. You won't just wake up one day and know what your purpose or your calling is. It's you will know what your purpose or your calling is when you do something and you and you feel that joy when you do it, right? You're passionate about it.
But
and
I feel like
try
things though.
You have to try different things and say, okay, this is what I am passionate
because
about.
If you don't try and you just stay in the miserable job, you'll never find the passion.
Right.
You know.
And I truly am passionate about helping others. And even in my household, I'm always the one to help. I am more like the giver.
Oh, she is, guys.
Right? So I feel like it comes, as Cassie said, it comes naturally. And I know that I was born to do this. And I love to put a smile on other people's faces. So I don't want people to feel the way I felt when I was in that room back in 2024. I want to help people out there who may be struggling with their mental health, whether it be depression, anxiety, relationship issues, burnout, spirituality, whatever it may be. And as I mentioned spirituality, I owe it all to God, because I would not have been where I am today without him. He is my guider, my protector, my sustainer, my everything, right? And I just pray that he continues to bless this mission and we touch as many lives as possible.
Yes. And I feel like you were able to come to the realization that you did about yourself and what your passion is because you actually took the time to look inward,
to reflect,
and to figure out what is it that brings me joy, what lights me up, what is the one thing that when I'm doing this, no matter how tired I am, when I'm doing it, I feel the vibe, like you're in the zone. And I think more people need to do that. I feel like people might not be doing that. They think it's just gonna fall from the sky. Well, but how do I know what my passion is? Guys, there's work behind it, right?
Yes.
You need to, and guess what? We want to create a journal that can help you guys, and it's something that we're working on. And maybe this is how you find your passion. It will help you actually reflect, think about your day, think about what brought you joy. And maybe when you can physically look back at it on paper and see, on 10 of my pages, I have dancing.
Right. And it's not just an ordinary journal like we buy in the bookstores that are just blank pages. No, it will be a guide.
Yes.
It's an intentional journal.
Yes. And like, I really want people to start taking this seriously and not just be comfortable being unhappy. And I do want to say this though, because Rochelle said what sparked the start of it for her. While I was having those realizations and wondering, some of these things that I'm being told doesn't quite make sense to me, I still feel like I just followed the blueprint because I didn't know better. Or because that's just what was around me. It's not until in my big age, maybe when I hit my 30s, God sent me here for a reason. I have a purpose, and it's not to just do what somebody else tell me to do or what they want me to do. And it's my duty to figure out what that is, what he sent me to do, what my purpose is, and that's what started it for me. So when